Assalamu alaikum. I hope so you're doing fine. Now let us discuss the next bone of the hip bone. For that is the pubic bone. We'll do its bony features. So, what is pubic crest, pubic tubercle, and all the other things? I'm Dr. Muhammad Ali Rabbani, and with you in the next lecture in the series of lower limb, and currently the part of hip bone osteology. So that is pubic bone. So, talking about it, so this is the bony features. So the bone that is the pubic bone is the one that is on the anterior and inferior of the hip bone, making up about 1/5 of the hip bone. Consists of this part. This is the body. This part, this is the ramus, superior ramus, and this part, this is the inferior ramus that it will join together with the inferior ramus, being formed by the ischium. So it's also called ischiopubic ramus. So let us move on to our 3D app, that is the complete anatomy by 3D4 medical, and we will do it here. So this is the whole of the pubic bone part of the bone, and it has this body part here, the superior and inferior ramus. So let us first let us divide these three parts. So if we look at it here, so this is the part that is considered the body of the pubis. It is roughly flattened from front back, and if you see it in the anatomical position, like somewhat here, the anterior surface will be like directed anteriorly, downwards and laterally. So it will be somewhat like this. So anteriorly, downwards and laterally. Then we will discuss superior ramus and inferior ramus. So let us go into a little more detail of the this part. This part has a superior border, three surfaces. So superior border, let's talk about three surfaces first. So this is the anterior surface, and this is directed down, front and out. Its upper medial margin, like here, it is a little rough, otherwise it's smooth. This is the pelvic or inner surface. It is more or less smooth. It is directed inside and up. And this is the symphyseal surface or medial surface that is going to be part of pubic symphysis. Now, this part, the upper margin, this is called pubic crest, and let us look at it without any color coding. Oh, sorry. So we have this bone right here. So this part that we're going to do on the top, this is the anterior surface, rough part. This on the top, this whole ridge area that you can actually feel very nicely if you have the bone in front of you. This whole part is called pubic crest, and this is the medial end, this is the lateral end. On the lateral end, this raised area on top of it, this is called the pubic tubercle. So these are very important clinical landmarks when you are doing examination in hernias and in gynecological examinations. And if you see from the down, pubic tubercle, it's very prominent, can be visually seen here. If you look from the side, it can be seen raised above the rest of the pubic crest. So this is a line of the pubic crest, and pubic tubercle on the left lateral aspect, it's very prominent. So you have anterior surface, medial surface, the symphyseal surface, and the posterior pelvic surface. Pubic crest on the top, pubic crest on the top, and that is on the lateral aspect ending at the pubic tubercle. Now let us see this, the superior ramus. The superior ramus is the part that runs this till this ilipubic eminence, from the body to the ilipubic eminence. Ilipubic eminence I can show you in this model. It's right here basically. So this the raised area where ilium and pubic bone meets, and so this is called the ilipubic eminence. So here was the pubic tubercle, and here is the ilipubic eminence. So let us talk about the borders of it. So it has three borders and three surfaces. So here is this border, the one that you can see right here at the shade. This one, this is the anterior border or obturator border. This is roughly blunt, not very sharp, but it is very clear, that is present from all the way from anterior surface, from pubic tubercle to the acetabulum. So this is the anterior border, obturator crest it is usually called. And now if you look at the top, a little from the back, you can see this line. you can see this line extending all the way from pubic crest and going laterally to be a part of the arcuate line that we saw with the ilium. So this sharp line, this is called pectinate line or pectin pubis. So this is called the pectinate line. So this is the superior border basically. And now and this is very sharp and goes all the way again to the iliopubic eminence. It's a very big prominence there. And on the back you can see this margin, and this is the margin that is making the upper margin of this whole obturator foramen. So this is called the this is called the inferior border. So it's relatively sharp and it is forming the upper margin of the obturator upper margin of the obturator foramen. So these three borders are making three surfaces between this obturator crest and this pectinate line. So here was the pectinate line. From here to here, this is the pectineal surface. This is a triangular area between anterior and superior borders between the obturator crest and this. From the back, from the pectinate line and the obturator line from here, this one, um, this one, and this is the pelvic surface. And if you look at the down, so this one between the obturator crest in the front and this line inferior border, anterior border and the inferior border, this surface is called the obturator surface. So these are the superior surface. And if we look at the inferior ramus, we will see it in a little more detail. It extends downwards and laterally until it reaches the ischial ramus. So we will do it in more detail with the ischium, and we will see that it has two surfaces, the outer and inner, and two borders, upper and lower, and we will see it more there. So let me quickly revise it on the actual bone here. This is the pubic bone, this is the body, this is the superior ramus, this is the inferior ramus. The body has this anterior surface. In the anatomical position, it is directed like this. It is directed front, down, and out, and it is a little rough. If I can show you, I don't know if I can show you here. I can feel on my fingers. It is rough on the upper medial aspect, and here and the back. This one is the pelvic surface, and this one that is going to make the symphyseal joint. That is the symphyseal surface. And here this horizontal line on the top, for me this bone is a little damaged. You will see a notch here, but that's not an anatomical thing, that's a little damage point. This is the pubic crest and this is the pubic tubercle. On this ramus you have this obturator crest in the front, this very sharp pectinate line here, and this is the inferior border, sorry, this is the inferior border right here. This is the inferior border, and between them we have this pectineal surface, this one, the pelvic surface, this one, pectineal surface, this one, and below it here is the obturator surface. So and here is the inferior ramus with inner and outer surfaces and upper and lower borders. So that's it. That's why I think we are done with the this bony features part of the pelvic bone. You can see this picture from the Netter's atlas, and jump to this picture in the posterior view showing all of these things that we have discussed. Of course, the part of the acetabulum is being made from here. We will discuss acetabulum in the end with the ischium bone, and because we will have completed all the other things from that side, and that's it. And we will move on to the attachment parts in the next lecture. So do figure it out, and in our series we have there, it's there. So do look forward it, do subscribe to us, and if you have any questions, suggestion, and feedback, please do mention in the comments below, and do follow us on our social media handles and our website and our YouTube channel. See you in the next lecture.